where we ask you to show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect to all of those playing, officiating, and everyone in attendance. We hope that you will enjoy the game and support the students in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. Thank you, and let's go Logs!
Hello and welcome here on Thanksgiving as Braintree and Milton set to take the field, the annual Thanksgiving game this year at Braintree High School. Mike Wasser bringing the coverage here on BCAM TV as we are underway with Milton kicking off first, the Wildcats kicking it deep to the Braintree 20. Scooped up, and Braintree with a very modest return of just a couple of yards on the kickoff from Bongiovanni. So Braintree's final regular season game. This is the Thanksgiving game. Braintree had a couple of in-game or in-season playoff games that they lost. And now with their final game of the year, this will conclude the winter or the fall sports season. Looking forward to the winter sports, which is right around the corner. A lot of these athletes will be on a winter team as well. We're ready for the first offensive snap of this game. Braintree with a 1st and 10 from their own 22. Offense almost jumping offside, and Braintree hands it off. And just a 2 or 3 yard pickup on the handoff, right up the middle to Eli.
Number 10, Ethan Eli, ball carrier for Braintree.
Braintree with their quarterback, Farragher. Head coach John Green and staff trying to finish the season and hoping for some success in what is a very difficult game on paper. Milton in their road red uniforms. Braintree in the home blues, the gray helmets. Pass, and this one is complete on the edge of the field and brought out over the 30 and very close to a first down as the catch was made on the edge of the field by Pina.
Number 4, Gavin Farragher's pass is complete to number 16, Clayton Pina. Tackled by number 57, Finn Higgins. Result of the play.
And that is enough for a first down, so that'll move the chains for the first time. Braintree's had some good parts of the season, some bad parts. Beginning of the year went very poorly, especially offensively, where the offense just could not score. Defense struggled. Then Braintree went on a couple of wins in a row before losing majority of the rest of their schedule. So just a couple of wins here on the season for Braintree as this one brought out on the running play. Short run from Eli of a couple of yards.
Eli with the carry for Braintree. Short gain on the play.
But as one would expect, as part of the Bay State Conference, very difficult schedule Braintree faces year in, year out. The change at coach right to begin the year obviously made things very difficult coming out of training camp. Took the team a little while to get going, find their rhythm, but now in the last game of the season, Braintree with a negative play this time, being stopped in the backfield as Saunders this time gets the ball.
Number 1, Nick Saunders on the carry for Braintree. Tackle for a loss by the Braintree.
So this year, the Thanksgiving game, it alternates year in, year out, but this year it's at Braintree High School, which is obviously the site of today's game. Braintree hoping to get success. It's been a while since Braintree's had multiple wins in a row against Milton. It's a Milton team that is a perennial powerhouse, or at least it has been over the last 7 or 8 years. And that's going to be a flag and a penalty against Braintree. It's going to be against the offense, and that's going to be a false start.
False start, Braintree. Be a 5-yard penalty.
Clock's been moving most of this first quarter.
Ball marked at the 31-yard line. 3rd down and 12.
Back to pass, rolling to his right, and the pass complete. Right along the edge of the field, up over the 40, and Saunders hauls in a catch, and he is just shy of the line to gain. Looks like Braintree will have a 4th down and maybe 2. The offense will not remain on the field. They are going to look like they're going to punt, and first we're going to have a stoppage on the field. This might be for a measurement. Either way, we're going to have a stoppage. We'll take a break in the action with a big play upcoming for Braintree, whichever way they decide to go. We'll be right back. Oh, they are going to actually just overrule it. No reason to take a break at this point. Referees get together and overrule. No need for a measurement. It's a 1st down. Now getting quick to the line of scrimmage. As the handoff and the ball put on the ground. That was Uhas in the backfield. Short yardage guy for Braintree, but the ball was dropped by the quarterback on the exchange. Now brings up a 2nd down. So kind of a weird sequence there. I thought we were going to go to break with a measurement. The referee is very quickly able to decide on what the call was, which obviously makes things more beneficial for us. Sometimes those decisions take a while. Back to throw. Pass complete on the outside as stretching out towards midfield, and the catch is made on another completion on the side, far side of the field, this time by Pena.
6-yard gain on the play. Ball will be spotted at the Braintree 49-yard line.
So the ball just shy of midfield. It's at the 49. Braintree Sports had a reasonable fall season. Girls soccer with the longest postseason push. Volleyball and field hockey made the playoffs but lost in the first round on the road. Girls soccer with a couple of victories before being knocked out by the number 4 seed Natick and actually the eventual champion Natick Redhawks.
Result makes it 4th down and 6 for loss.
And that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Braintree offense. This time it's going to be a punt. So Hawley will come out to punt the ball away. Braintree's punter.
Braintree number 75, Braintree's Hawley. Number 4, William Salmon. Number 88, Patrick Mason.
Back to punt it away as this one is booted. And it's going to be fair caught inside of the 15.
Hawley's punt is fair caught.
Right around the 21, actually. That's where the ball was officially caught. Tough to tell with these numbers. Difficult to see from our vantage point here.
22-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats.
Markers on the far side, though, definitely help. So the first offensive possession now for the visitors. Braintree with a couple of 1st downs on their first drive, but it comes up empty-handed. Player goes in motion, and the handoff goes up the middle. And that one brought up over the 25.
Number 37, Isaac Rennie, the ball carrier for Milton. Gain 4 on the play.
So about a 4-yard pickup brings up a 2nd down and 6.
The 2nd down and 6.
This will be a passing play for the first time. As down the field it goes, and that one is incomplete. Braintree with some good defense down there. And again, it is Pina who's been involved with a couple of catches on offense, and now with a pretty good pass breakup there.
Number 16, Caden Pina. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
So 3rd down and 6 upcoming. Back to throw. Braintree with some serious pressure and a big-time collision coming into the backfield. It was John Baptiste, and he made some contact up high with the quarterback. There is no flag on the play.
On the play for Braintree by number 25, A.J. Baptiste. Makes it 4th down for Milton.
So that pressure from A.J. Baptiste causes a little bit of a wild throw from the quarterback who tried to get the ball deep down the field. We've seen a couple of deep shots already here in this first drive. Both of them incomplete. And now a punt. And a real good one, as this one's going to go towards the sideline. And as it turns out, an excellent punt where it'll be down inside the Braintree 15. And it looks like it's going to come to a stop right at the Braintree 13. So the offense will be backed up deep here on their 2nd offensive possession of the quarter.
1st down and 10 for Braintree.
Getting ready now with the player going in motion and getting it across on the sweep. It's Pina again who continues to handle the football on offense for now the 3rd time. This one a very short gain. Wind picking up a little bit here.
Ball is spotted at the 17-yard line.
Handoff this time up the middle as Braintree will run the football, and the ball up over the 20. Brings up a 3rd down and a couple.
Ball spotted at the 20-yard line. Third down and 3.
Big play upcoming for the Braintree offense. Really like to see them move the chains here and trying to continue this drive. The offense need to sustain some drives here in this game. Can't allow the defense to be out there. Defense may have jumped offside here. Braintree may get a free first down out of it, and that is the case. The neutral zone infraction is going to give Braintree a free set of downs.
5-yard penalty will result in a Braintree first down.
Not that it doesn't happen at any level, but it happens quite a bit in high school football. I've seen it many, many times here this season where players jump off, the hard count, trying to get the defense to jump, and that was exactly what the expectation was there for Braintree, trying to get them to jump and get a free set of downs instead of having to pick it up either through the air or on the ground. Now Braintree will have 3 plays again, essentially. Getting the ball in the backfield this time is A.J. Baptiste, has a flag and a couple of flags thrown in late. Didn't gain much on the play anyway.
Penalty marker on the play.
And a face mask penalty. So that's going to move the chains again.
Face mask against Milton.
That'll be another first down. 15-yard penalty on the face mask. Braintree methodically moving the ball up the field thanks to a couple of penalties. Ball right outside the 45. Rolling to his right as Farragher looking down the field, and the pass is overthrown. Closest player to that one would have been O'Doherty, but well over his head. Hand off again, this time up the middle as Uhas bounces off one and a second. And trying to dive forward as he takes a couple of tacklers with him. Big time collision from the running back, fullback. Also plays linebacker on defense. Certainly given some punishment on that last run. Saunders now in the backfield. Seen Eli touch it a couple times. Pina, Saunders, and Uhas. Pretty spread out here in the first quarter as the pass is low and incomplete. Again intended on the sideline this time for Eli as that one incomplete, and it brings up a 4th down. Braintree will punt it for the 2nd time here in the quarter. This first quarter coming very close to an end. Scoreless so far. Milton has only touched the ball once. Braintree's 2nd possession, but both coming up empty-handed. They did get a couple of first downs on each drive, but no points to show for it. As this one will be punted away from their own 40-yard line. Almost blocked, as this one is going to be fielded around the 15-yard line, brought out over the 20, and stopped right around the 27-yard line. On the return, wind continues to pick up. Offense ready for what could be the final play here of the first quarter. And it's a handoff right up the middle. And a pickup of about 4 or 5 yards on that carry.
Number 37, Isaac Lenny, on the carry to Milton. Tackled by a host of Braintree defenders. Gain of 3 yards on the play.
Still waiting to see if they run another play, and it does not look like they will, as that'll take us to the end of the first quarter in a scoreless game, as we'll be back for second quarter action here on Thanksgiving. Back to Braintree High School here to begin the second quarter. Milton with possession here on the second down carry. Pickup of about 3 yards. And that's going to result in a brief stoppage here.
Gain of 3 yards on the play. Ball will be spotted at the 34.
Braintree with a substitution. And Milton now with their second possession of the game. On the Braintree side of the field, ball just outside the 35. Looks like Braintree looking to dial up some pressure here. This quarterback gets signals from his sideline. It's another running play, and this is going to be enough for a first down. Ball up over the 40. That'll move the chains. No score through the first 12 minutes. So we play here in the second quarter action. Annual Thanksgiving game. Braintree with some good pressure, and the pass is incomplete. Good coverage down the field. Dangerous throw in that direction. Quarterback under some serious pressure, but able to get off a throw.
Pressure on the play by number 9, Cillian O'Mahony for Braintree. It'll be second down and 10.
Second down and 10. Pretty good mix of pass and run plays. It's a throw. Deep down the field, wide open and complete. To the 30-yard line as Braintree lost him there. And if that one was thrown in stride, probably would have been a touchdown. Instead, the player falls down, and Braintree benefits there because that should have been a touchdown. Should have been 6.
First down and 10 for Wildcats.
But Milton is on the move here as they look for the game's first points. Pass play. Looking up to the top. And that one's overthrown. Is there a flag on the play? No. Some contact there as Eli was defending. So second down and 10 upcoming. Run play, and Braintree had it sniffed out in the backfield. Saunders with the tackle for a loss. Also in on the play, it looked like, was O'Mahony helping out.
Number 9, Selena Mahoney. Loss on the play. We'll make it 3rd down and 12.
3rd down and 12 or 13 here for the Milton offense. Getting ready now for the play. Looking down the field, Braintree with some more pressure, and the sack as they get him at the 40.
Patrick Collins is sacked on the play by number 25, A.J. Baptiste.
Braintree with some great pressure as they dial up the blitz and get to the quarterback. Referee's talking it over now. I wonder if there was some contact up high with the quarterback. They're going to call a hold on the defense. I don't remember seeing a flag on the field.
Defensive holding the call against Braintree.
But that really helps out Milton now, who has a much more manageable opportunity here on 3rd down. That changes the whole complexion of this drive. What should have been a 4th down and a punt.
After the penalty ball will be spotted at the 23-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
It's a running play up the middle, and that's going to be very close to that 1st down marker. We saw him take a little bit of time to overrule one earlier and signal for a 1st down. This looks to be a similar spot.
Close to a 1st down.
And they are going to signal again for a 1st down. So we're not going to see a measurement for the 2nd time here in this game. That defensive penalty against Braintree really changing this whole drive on what should have been a 4th down and a punt. Now they're facing a 1st down as the Milton Wildcats now in the Braintree red zone. Very good scoring opportunity here for the game's first points. Quarterback to throw. And that one is going to be hauled in. Bobbled for a moment, but caught. So Salmon able to haul that one in.
Tackled at the 7-yard line.
1st and goal now. Almost certain that Milton will score here on this drive now. They're inside of the Braintree 10. Quarterback losing the football and fortunate to dive back on top of it. So just after I talked about most likely Milton will score here, quarterback puts the ball on the ground. A couple of players in trying to get that ball, including Aksha.
Loss of about 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 13-yard line.
Ball now outside of the 10. Looking to throw over the middle of the field and wide open in the back now of the end zone, as falling down over there was Braintree's defender, and it's a touchdown as Milton scores the game's first points. Looks like Pina that time slipping and falling, and that'll turn into a 6-point score pending the extra point.
Number 6-8 rallying on to attempt the extra point.
Milton trying some funky formation, trying to get Braintree offset there as the kick is up, and the kick is good. So 7-0 lead for Milton.
Kick is up and good. Milton now leads 7-0. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to take a brief moment to congratulate Braintree High School dance team for winning the state championship competition. And as a reminder, they are selling raffle tickets for a scratch ticket board. Those tickets are on sale near the concession stand, and the winning number will be drawn at halftime. Congratulations, girls.
Milton scores the opening touchdown and kick it off. Deep kick inside of the Braintree 20. Braintree brings it out up over the 25 to the 30. And Eli bounced down right around the 31, which is where the Braintree offense takes over on their third offensive possession here of the first half. Offensively, Braintree's had a couple of drives with a couple of first downs, but ultimately no points to show for it. And now Milton after the long touchdown drive. And goes in motion, and the pass goes in that direction, right along the flat, and it is going to be the player who's been most involved offensively here in this first half. It's been Pina. Makes the catch, speedster in flat, able to make a couple of players miss, and a first down. Braintree certainly has tried to get anybody and everybody involved here in this game early. Multiple running backs have touched the balls here for Braintree in the first half in what has been a low-scoring start. Multiple footballs being needed here in this first half. As Braintree trying to make a play here, but the read goes up the middle instead. Quarterback was going in motion. So Eli, after returning the kickoff, now gets the handoff on the run play.
Second down and 10 for the loss.
So no gain on the play brings up a second down and 10. And now a flag on the play. And it's going to be a false start on Braintree.
5-yard penalty will make it second down and 15.
Second down and 15 after the penalty, as we're right around the halfway point now here of the second quarter. So Braintree trying to respond to a opening score for Milton, who has the lead here on the annual Thanksgiving game. And a good hole there as Saunders able to explode for close to a first down. Able to bring it over the midfield mark and down to right around the 41 on the Milton side of the field. So a great explosive play there from the Braintree running back, who gives Braintree a much better situation now. Really had the Milton defense confused there. Looks like a 3rd and 3. Double reverse, and this one does not go the way Braintree wanted, and Milton may be on top of that. It looked like Milton originally had the football, but somehow Saunders at the bottom of the pile able to dig that one free, and that really was a terrible play after all said and done. The opportunity and the deception, trying to fool the defense, and ends up hurting Braintree themselves. You have multiple times where the ball was relayed, and obviously you try the double reverse. It's moving pieces there. And Braintree on the exchange gives the ball away for a moment. It ends up being recovered, but it's going to have to be a punting situation now instead. Which is the last thing Braintree wanted after such a positive play. I understand you want some deception, some trickery. It's the last game of the season. You're pulling all the tricks out of the bag, but after such a big play, I mean, you can't have a negative play there. It just shouldn't have happened. Milton, obviously a very strong team, but that's unacceptable for Braintree to give the ball and have a negative play there. Now have to punt for the 3rd time here in the half, and now another flag. And a delay game to make matters worse. So after a pretty decent first quarter, Braintree has not looked good here in this second quarter, and Milton has the lead, and they're going to get the football back in a moment. So Braintree will punt it on their own side of the field, getting it away just outside the 40, and not a great kick this time from Hawley. Looks like the ball's only going to travel about 20, 30, 25, maybe 26 yards in the air.
Hawley's punt rolls out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Milton takes over, 1st down and 10.
So that possession really took a turn for the worst. I really liked what I saw on the Braintree play from Saunders after getting about 13, 14 yards to make a manageable 3rd down, and to have the ball put on the turf like that. It's just kind of a tough blow. What has been a disappointing season here for Braintree. And now on the wrong side of a 7-0 score, with Milton having the possession and looking deep with it. Man has a step, and unfortunate for Milton, they cannot complete the pass. That would have been a touchdown. As Bongiovanni was beaten down the field, but the pass did not connect. This is the 3rd time we've seen a passing play of at least 30 or 40 yards in the air, although none of them have been completed. A lot of the times you see those shots after a big play, and now Braintree's defense with the takeaway. They get the interception. Wow, reading that one, and Braintree red screen all the way as that one was picked off, and it looks like O'Doherty is going to be, I'll make that O'Mahony, excuse me. O'Mahony with the INT. 9 and 5, looking similar. But either way, O'Doherty and O'Mahony celebrated at one point along that sideline. And Braintree gets a gift. Certainly getting aided there on that one. Gotta give Braintree credit. Defense has been on the field a lot here in this first half, but able to jump in front of a screenplay after Milton tried to go deep with it. And Braintree able to get the takeaway. Handoff goes up the middle. And a short gain on the play.
Short gain on the play.
And it looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field. So 7-0 the score. We'll take a break here in the action, here in the middle of the second quarter. We'll be right back. Offense back on the field after the timeout. Second down upcoming. Player going in motion to pass, and the pass is incomplete. It's Braintree with Ryan Smith out there, the sophomore quarterback, with the incomplete pass.
Number 2, Ryan Smith with that quarterback for Braintree. Pass is incomplete. Brings up third down and 9.
They're down now. Both quarterbacks on the field currently for the Braintree offense. Farragher going to line up as a receiver here, with A.J. Baptiste in the backfield. To the left of Smith. So Braintree tries to get him to jump offside here. Nope, not going to jump off. Smith trying to take off with it, and Braintree going to be sacked in the backfield. Around the 30-yard line is where Smith is taken down. And now a timeout going to be taken on the field by Milton. Stop the clock as we will pause again here in a 7-0 game. Here in second quarter action on Thanksgiving. We'll be right back. Braintree going to go for it here on a 4th and long from the 30-yard line. No real surprise here. Too long for a field goal try. No real reason to punt the ball from here, as Braintree will throw. It's a little bit of a screen pass over the middle of the field, and A.J. Baptiste was wide open. Could not make the catch. Hard to tell from our angle if that was behind him or not. But that was a play that Braintree was hoping was going to get a first down, but all was incomplete, and a turnover on downs gives the ball back to Milton, who has the 7-0 lead. Player goes in motion. 3 receivers set. As the handoff goes up the middle, spin play. As the spin move brings out the running back to the 34. Surprising low score here to this game in a 7-0 game in this first half.
Second down and 6 for the Wildcats.
Back to throw. Some pressure coming from A.J. Baptiste. Hawley also running after the quarterback and throws this one away to the far side. And is that one caught along the sideline? It looks like it may have been caught. Wow, what a play there on the sideline. That one bobbled for a moment, and a lucky catch along the sideline, but that's been the kind of season it's been here for Braintree. When things like that are going against you, tough to win games. So Milton turned it over in their last possession. This time the running play gets them up over midfield and further, up to the 40 and diving down to about the 37, 36-yard line, depending on the spot. And there is a flag thrown in late. Referee's discussing things here. And a holding penalty on the offense.
Holding is the call against Milton.
So that'll really change this drive now for Milton, who was on the move up over midfield. Now the ball back on their own side. The 43-yard line is where this next play will occur. Screen play up over midfield, and a lot of room to go as Braintree can't make the tackle. Still going down and tackled and knocked out of bounds right around the 22. It's the second time in this half. It looks like Pina's shaken up. Braintree giving up way too much space there. And the quick receiver able to turn that into a 35-40 yard play, setting themselves up for a potential score here before the end of this first half. Looking to throw to the end zone. Player was open, but pass was overthrown.
Coverage on the play for Braintree by number 24, Bon Giovanni. Second down and 10.
Seven 0 scores. We approach halftime. Milton with the lead. And the football on the Braintree side of the field. Pass wide open over the middle, and Milton not able to take advantage. They had a wide open player. Probably should have been a touchdown. They've made a couple of mistakes in this game, which is surprising. You don't expect to see them miss a couple of these ones that they've missed. They had that interception earlier. And now a timeout on the field. So the Braintree defense trying to make a stand as we approach halftime. Be right back. Milton offense back on the field. Third down upcoming. Just missed a golden chance to score a second touchdown here in the half. This one, and just incomplete on the far side of the field. Almost a great catch. Would have had to take a one-handed grab, but could not be hauled in. And now you would think they would consider a field goal try here on a fourth down. So it looks like it's going to be about a 40-yard kick here. Plenty on it. As the kick on the way, it is going to be just short. Wonder if the wind factored in with that a little bit, but either way, Braintree gets a missed field goal from Milton with multiple flags, or multiple whistles. And there is a flag. And if this is against Braintree, this could be a retry of the field goal. Must be roughing the kicker. I would assume that's the signal. And now it'll bring up a first down. What a change here in this drive. Instead of a missed field goal and pretty much taking us to halftime, we're going to see at least another play, and they are going to kick a field goal yet again. A much easier field goal try as this kick is on the way, and this one is going to make its way through and good. So it makes it a 10-0 score. And that's the end of the first half. So kind of a tough way for the first half to end for the Braintree defense after getting an initial stop. But the penalty on the roughing the kicker gives an extra opportunity, and the field goal was good, as that is halftime. 10-0 the scores. We'll be back for third quarter action in a moment. Welcome back here to Alumni Stadium at Braintree High School. Start of the third quarter. 10-0 is the score. Braintree with a pooch kick, and the return man catches it right at the 46. Falls down, and the Braintree defense back on the field. So Milton scoring right to close the second quarter, thanks in part to a penalty against Braintree that gave an extra opportunity to kick after the long field goal was no good. It was a 41-yard field goal, was just short, and then the ensuing kick after the penalty was good to make it 10-0, and that's where we stand here as we come into third quarter action. All 10 points scored by Milton in that first half, and they have the football to begin the third quarter. It's a running play up the middle and up over midfield as the Wildcats gained about 5 yards on the first down pickup.
Number 35, Jaden Quad, the ball carrier. 4-yard gain on the play. He's second down and 6. The Braintree 49-yard line.
This time the handoff and some pressure right at the line of scrimmage. Ball comes free, but it was ruled dead on forward progress there from the far official. So the ball is at the 45. It's going to be a third down and a couple yards. Braintree has forced one turnover in the game. They got an interception. But for the most part, Milton has dominated this game. But they've missed it on a couple of deep shots with players open. Braintree really hasn't had the ball in scoring territory much. Their best drives were their first two drives of that first half. That's going to be enough for a first down. So the Wildcats move the chain.
Ball marked at the 33-yard line. First down and 10.
Looking to throw. Down the field into double coverage, and that one is caught and a touchdown. Wow. The receiver just outwinning that battle. Winning the battle against Braintree's defense with two players there, and Salmon able to haul that one in for a touchdown. And I know it's still early here in this third quarter, but that looks very defeating here for the Braintree defense after giving up that field goal to close out the first half. And now back-to-back scores and 17 straight points here to begin the game for Milton for the second time, trying that formation and then getting back into the original formation to kick this extra point. Kick on the way, and the kick is up, and the kick is good.
The extra point kick is good.
So not a good start at all for Braintree here to begin this third quarter. And the visitors now open up a 17-0 lead as the kickoff coming up.
Number 16, Riley on the kickoff for Milton. Number 7, Eli back to the Braintree. Number 24, Jake on the line.
Kickoff now as Milton sends it deep, and Braintree will receive inside of their own 15-yard line, and a flag thrown in quickly as Eli with a short return.
Number 10, Ethan Eli on the return for a loss.
And that flag was thrown in almost instantaneously.
Penalty marker on the flag.
The Womps are already trailing by 17 points here at home on Thanksgiving. And now in danger of potentially being backed up here. And this one can get away from them in a hurry if they can't figure things out on offense. Long wait here as the deliberation between referee and coach on the Braintree side. So it's a personal foul against Braintree. That's going to back them up, and this third quarter could not have started any worse. For Braintree is now backed up against their own wall here. Ball right around the 16. Farragher back out to lead the offense here on this drive. As that running play never was going to work. Braintree stopped in the backfield. Offense really has not moved the ball since the first quarter.
Ball spotted at the 15-yard line. 37 down at 12.
Braintree's really going to need something to go their way here in this third quarter. Eli hauled down in the backfield. Second straight negative play by the Braintree offense, and they're really backed up now on a third down and long, deep on their own side of the field. Really got to think that they're going to have to throw the football here. Otherwise, you're just conceding the drive. And Braintree going to have to punt for the third time unless they make something happen here. Braintree trying a little bit of a sweep play here as Eli trying to make a couple players miss and cannot get past multiple players there. Able to get about 5 or 6 yards, but nothing further, and Braintree's going to have to punt it away. They're a very short-lived possession here to begin this third quarter.
Brings up 4th down and 9 for the Womps.
Back to punt the ball is Hawley. He's going to be just inside of his own 5-yard line. Not much room to work with, but gets off another shorter punt as this one returned to close to the 30-yard line. Probably the 29 is where they'll give the spot, and that's where Milton's offense takes over Already leading now 17-0.
Tackled by number 51, Austin Aksha for the Hawks. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line. First down and 10.
Wildcats can certainly put the finishing touches on this one, make it very difficult for Braintree to have any chance to come back if they score a touchdown on this drive. Over the middle, and that one again hauled in. Looked like a little bit of a taunt there from the Milton receiver after making that catch. And Pina continues to be beaten down the field. A little bit of a size mismatch there.
Ball will be spotted at the 12-yard line. First and 10. Wildcats.
This is going to be a handoff, and no room this time. Braintree able to stop him in the backfield.
Ball carrier tackled by number 25, AJ Baptiste. 2-yard loss on the play. It's second down and 12.
Second down upcoming. Little screen play, and Braintree almost jumped in front of it and intercepted it as Saunders got his hands on the football and knocked it away.
McCarthy is incomplete. Broken up by number 1, Nick Saunders. Third down and 12.
They're down and 12 as Milton getting a little pushback here from Braintree. The opportunity for Braintree to come back, hinging on this drive. Looking to the back corner of the end zone, and that one is going to be incomplete. It came out at the final moment as Eli did enough to disrupt the play and knock it away. And you wonder if they go for it here on fourth down and try another field goal. We've seen a couple of field goal tries.
Fourth down and 12 for Milton.
Looks like the offense is remaining on the field here. Must be looking for that knockout punch. If they kick a field goal, it would still be a 3-score game. You go for the touchdown, it's a 4-score game. And Braintree gets the sack. So that play never was going to work from the start. There are all sorts of whistles, and now another flag. I wonder if Braintree may have jumped offside. Quick getting to the quarterback. It's the only thing that would make sense in that spot. And now a face mask. Wow. There's been some really big penalties in this game. That's the second time Braintree's made a stop, and then a penalty against him has given up yardage and made things a lot easier for the opponent. Instead of Braintree football on their own side of the field, it's going to be Milton ball. It's still a fourth down, but they're looking to score here on this drive. It's almost the exact same scenario from back on the last possession to end the second quarter. Pass complete and a walk-in touchdown. And that should just about put the icing on the cake here in this one. Opens up a 23-0 advantage, and the extra point would make it 24. As Braintree just on the wrong side of a couple of calls here in this game, keeping it in a much tighter spot. Think about it taking off those 10 points. The field goal before halftime and then the touchdown that just occurred. Obviously there were penalties on the play, but those things don't happen. Just a totally different game we're playing in right now. But instead it's going to be a 24-0 score as the kick is good. Milton really putting the finishing touches on here early in this third quarter. A couple of scores here to begin this third quarter, and Braintree in a world of trouble now.
Number 16, Rowley on to kick off for Milton. Back to for Braintree, number 10, Ethan Eli, number 24, Jake Bondy line.
24-0 is the score, and Milton now kicking it away. Braintree in must-score territory here. They want to have any sort of chance to come back and make a run here late. The end of this third quarter is Eli with a solid return out over the 35-yard line. A couple of players for Braintree have been a bright spot here in what has been a 24-0 score to this point. If you joined us late, it was only 10-0 at halftime, but a couple of scores here early in this third quarter have changed the complexion of this game quite drastically. Really, the end of that second quarter was kind of an odd thing that happened where Braintree was able to get a missed field goal, but a penalty on the kick moved them closer, and they made the kick. And then similar on the last drive, what would have been a stop on a fourth down play, Braintree penalty, and then a touchdown on the next play. So 2 plays, thought you had stops, and turn it into 10 points instead. As Braintree stopped in the backfield, haven't been many things that have worked in the last couple of possessions. And that's the third negative play of this quarter. I imagine some frustration right now on the field, and both quarterbacks on the field for Braintree, both Smith and Farragher. Smith, the quarterback of the future, the sophomore, and Farragher, the senior veteran. Probably his final game here. Braintree looking to run it, and Smith takes off with it, and Smith hit pretty good there, and the ball looks like it came free as Milton signaling that they have the football.
Number 2, Ryan Smith on the keeper for Braintree.
As Smith got popped, and it is a fumble. So Braintree already in desperate times here. Gives the football away, and it's been that kind of season, that kind of day here today. This has been a day to forget. Braintree with a couple of turnovers today. And all the air has come out of the balloon here for Braintree. This run play gets him down to the 30-yard line. Short gain, a couple of yards. Don't expect to see too many more passes from Milton here in this game with the 24-0 lead, and just trying to run this one out. Still a whole quarter to go, though, so obviously can't run it out all that fast, but I'm sure they'd love to end this game in a hurry. Little pitch, and it's going to be an illegal snap against the offense, one would assume here. Legal motion against the offense.
False start against Milton. 5-yard penalty. They'll make it 2nd down and 12.
So now a 2nd down and 12 after the penalty. Ball all the way back to the 35. Now a passing situation, looking down the field, wide open again, and a touchdown. Not sure how the offensive player got that far behind the Braintree defense, but maybe they thought they weren't going to pass. Instead, Eli, who generally is a very good defender, got beaten down the field in a wide open touchdown. And now a 30-0 lead. This one has turned into a complete blowout now. Crazy to think that it was just 10-0 8 or 9 minutes ago, as far as real time goes. Kick on the way, and the kick is good. And a 31-0 advantage. Tough to go back out on the field now if you're Braintree. Just feeling very deflated here.
Ian Riley on kick for Milton. Back deep for Braintree, number 10. Ethan Eli, number 24, Jake Bonner.
Milton now kicks it away. Low line drive, bouncing, and Braintree scooping it up around the 30. Brought up over the 40, 45, and close to midfield, and that's where the player goes out of bounds, as that is Pina, with one of his best returns of the game. Unfortunately, too little too late for one of the Braintree outstanding players here on offense. I'm feeling this fourth quarter is going to go by pretty quickly. Back to throw it to screen pass and over the middle of the field. It could not be caught by O'Mahony. Braintree dropping another open pass. Wouldn't have gained many yards anyway, but still a very catchable ball there. I wonder if O'Mahony wasn't expecting the pass. Back to throw, and that pass is behind the anticipated target. And then Pina knocking the player down, thinking maybe that was a loose ball, but the pass was incomplete instead. Back-to-back incomplete passes, and stopping the clock again. That was not a good throw from Farragher, who was behind the anticipated target. After the first couple of drives, Braintree offense just has not been good. They had moved the ball methodically twice down the field. Never got inside the red zone, but they had moved the ball probably 30 yards on each drive and came up empty both times and really haven't moved the ball since. Back to throw, looking down the field, and the pass is incomplete. Looking down the field for O'Doherty. Braintree with 3 straight passing plays, all incomplete, and they're going to punt it yet again.
4th down and 10 for the loss.
Game on YouTube or is it on your local site? Both.
So Braintree will punt it away from the 40. It's a fake, and Hawley takes off, and Hawley falls down. He had the first down potentially. I don't think anybody was expecting that, including myself. And Hawley, unfortunately, losing his footing, had a chance to potentially get a first down out of that, and that faked everybody out, maybe including Hawley, who ended up losing his footing. Needed about another 6 or 7 yards to get the first down. At least Braintree had a little bit up their sleeve here. I mean, why not? Last game of the season. Pull all the stops out. A little bit of excitement there for a moment until obviously the camp empty.
Yeah, with no downfall. I think we'd have a better chance. No, they both do the same thing, but no, we focus better at it.
So Milton's ball, and expect to see quite a few running plays to close out this third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some changes in personnel, and wow, we see a turnover here. Who would have thought that was coming? Braintree's gotten their second takeaway. Had an interception earlier back in the second quarter, get a fumble recovery here in the third quarter, and that was a very quick possession that turns right back into Braintree's hands. Doesn't look like this third quarter wants to end. Whether that's a regular for Milton or not, that's probably going to be in the doghouse with the coaching staff after fumbling the football. Even with the score the way it is, coaches obviously do not want to see the ball given away. Ball security is such a big part of this sport.
It was bad juju. We had a lot of bad juju on Saturday.
It's going to be a running play here as A.J. Baptiste is going to gain about 2 yards.
Number 25, A.J. Baptiste on the carry for Braintree. 3-yard gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
2nd down and 7 is where they officially spotted, so they give them 3 yards in the pickup. Nothing score at halftime. 3 touchdowns here in this third quarter have blown it wide open. 31-0 is Milton's lead. Braintree taking lots of time between plays, and why not at this point? They want this game to end just as much as Milton does. Passing play, it's caught up to the 40-yard line. Hauled in by Farragher, who is the Braintree quarterback at times. Smith, though, sophomore, right now directing the offense. Got to give Farragher credit, knowing that he's not the one throwing the football right now. And we're going to see a timeout on the field instead. So we'll have a stoppage. A 31-0 game. Offense runs up to the line of scrimmage here, coming out of the timeout, and Braintree jumped. And the right side jumping offside, so it'll be a false start. And that's been the story here for Braintree today. Bad penalties and just untimely mistakes. Against good teams, just can't make those mistakes if you want to have a chance to win. Pass is complete to O'Doherty, up over the 40, and knocked down at the 38-yard line. Braintree continuing to throw the football.
Result is good for Braintree. First down.
It's enough for a first down. Rolling to his right, looking to throw. Throws this one up for grabs, and it's out of bounds. And looking for Farragher. And that's the end of the third quarter. So that'll take us to the fourth and final quarter. 31-0 Milton. We'll be back for fourth quarter action.
Hi, I'm Tom Lyons, a retired captain from the Quincy Fire Department and the author of the book Fighting Fire, A Proactive Approach. Let's talk portable electric space heater safety. These heaters must not be left unattended. Place them on a stable base 3 feet from combustibles. Their use is not recommended within a bedroom, but if you must do so, place a smoke detector on the ceiling within the bedroom. Plug a portable space heater directly into the outlet, avoiding extension cords. Thus, do not use lamp cords or power strips for this purpose. Are portable, unvented propane and oil-filled heating appliances safe to use within a residence? No. Massachusetts prohibits their use. These heaters produce asphyxiant gases. These gases can render an occupant incapacitated or dead. Please consider your safety during these upcoming colder months. Thank you for doing so.
Fourth quarter set to begin. Braintree down 31-0. And some contact up high, a face mask coming up. Milton grabbing a hold of the face mask of the Braintree quarterback. And we are going to see a personal foul. And we see the officials call. The guilty player making all you need to know out of that one.
KP was the best team in T2 before CM, so they were winning at the T2 level.
Yeah, you've been listening.
ball will be spotted after the penalty at the 22-yard line. First and 10, Braintree.
So 1st and 10 now at the 24-yard line. Braintree looking to break the shutout here. And the run play loses yardage. Eli knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. And a yard loss on the play. Ready to throw. As over the middle of the field and nearly intercepted. Throwing that one into triple coverage. Trying to get the ball down the field to O'Doherty.
It was broken up by number 4, Roman Salmon. Third down and 12.
Looking to throw. As rolling to his right, and the pass is going to be incomplete. Back-to-back incomplete passes.
We've had 1 year under 500. That was last year when we were basically juniors and sophomores. Should have seen the class.
Players go in motion, and the pass from Smith. And that one is going to be intercepted. Another takeaway in this game.
Is intercepted. Braintree Jack Fuller. Milton takes over on downs.
This really hasn't been a well-played game. Even Milton with the 31-0 lead, they've turned it over twice. An interception and a fumble. I wouldn't say either team has played particularly well today, but obviously Braintree hasn't played well at all to have no points on the board. But this has been Milton's game from the start. And there's never been close. Scoreless first quarter, but a 10-point second quarter, and then a 21-point third quarter. Ballooned the score to 31-0 as we play here in the fourth. The handoff, and Braintree with contact, but the runner still continuing. And now the ball on the ground again. What's going on with ball security?
Number 35, James Dubois, the carry from Milton.
Milton, though, did fall back on top of it.
Recovered by the Wildcats. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line. It'll be second down and 4.
Second down and 4. Another handoff. Braintree had contact at the line of scrimmage, but could not take him down. And then the run well over midfield, and Milton continues to add injury to insult.
The ball carrier from Milton brings it into Braintree territory. Tackled at the 45-yard line. First down and 10.
So a first down on the Braintree side of the field now at the 45. Braintree just hoping this game would end right now. It's been a tough to watch here in this second half.
On the carry for Milton. Tackled by number 1.
Maybe a yard gain on that one.
Short gain on the play. Second down and 9.
Quarterback will throw, and down the field, incomplete. Not very close to an completion there.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Patrick calls his pass is incomplete. It'll be third down and 9 from the 44-yard line.
Third down and 9. From the Braintree 44.
Running time. Gotta love running time. Yeah, good for us. When the school's waiting at home.
So this entire fourth quarter has been running time because of the score.
To watch the broadcast. We don't have a proper press box at Milton. Get working on it. It's a pain in the ass.
As the screen pass is going to be incomplete.
Calls pass intended for number 16, Marty Henry, is incomplete.
It was gone.
It'll be fourth down for the Wildcats.
Another passing play. Braintree with some pressure and a sack. Well, at least some positivity here from Braintree here in this drive on the sack from O'Mahony.
Turnover on down.
And turnover on downs.
First and 10.
Braintree taking their time to get on the field here. Again, the clock is running. This might be the final possession of this game. And what has been an extremely long game. Player jumped offside, but no flag thrown. And now pressure with the quarterback. Looking down the field and incomplete.
Number 4, Gavin Parker's pass intended for number 5, Gavin O'Mahony.
Doherty again, the target of the pass.
And second down and 10.
Second down for Braintree. Again, rolling. Scrambling now is Farragher, knocked down just over the line of scrimmage. Very short gain, if any.
Gavin Farragher on the scramble for Braintree. Tackled by number 10, Jack Fuller for Milton. Short gain on the play. Third down and 9 for the Wasps.
Third down and 9. Braintree still with almost all their regulars out there, which is a little surprising in a 31-0 game, but I guess you got to stay with your best players in your final game of the year. Handoff is to Eli, and Eli is knocked out somewhere around the 35.
Number 10, Eli on the carry for Braintree. Braintree.
And that's enough for a first down.
At the 34-yard line. Pickup is good for a Braintree first down.
Eli, who had a lot of touchdowns early in the season for Braintree, has been in more of a timeshare running the ball. Low snap, pass down the field, and O'Doherty hauled it in, but he was out of bounds.
Fabulous pass intended for number 5. Gavin O'Doherty is incomplete.
Great try along the sideline, but pretty obvious that that was out of bounds. And now a timeout on the field. We'll take it. Coming out of the timeout, Braintree looking to run a play here. And they hand the ball off to a lineman. This is Donovan getting the ball in the backfield. Clearly Braintree trying to get some of their players that don't see the field, or at least in that position very often. And now Hawley's in the backfield. You wonder if he'll get a crack at the ball here. And he is going to get it. Hawley runs the ball down to the 25. He had the attempt on the fake punt earlier. Braintree with a push after the whistle, and they're going to be flagged here. And at this point, might as well put this one to rest here. This one turning into a laugher at this point.
Call on the field is against Braintree. Personal foul call.
And another timeout going to be taken here by Braintree.
Ball spotted at the 40-yard line. Timeout, Braintree.
Or just for formality here. It should just about be the final snap of the season for the Braintree offense. Farragher again, pulled down, and a sack. And that should close the door on this one. In a game that turned into a blowout by the end, it was 10-0 at halftime, 31-0 after 3, and the final score 31-0 on the annual Thanksgiving game here this year at Braintree High School. But again, Milton getting the better of Braintree, 31-0. Braintree shut out again here this year, and they finished the season with just a couple of victories. They came midway through the season, and that'll conclude the fall sports season. 31-0 the final score. On behalf of our camera person here today, Chris Curran, I'm Mike Wassel. We'll see you next time.
It wasn't loud enough.